Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with Tommy Ommy. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with Tommy Ommy, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome. Once again, I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you're viewing it, please do the same. As always, before I even get into today's topic, yes, I got one quick hot topic I must talk about. I need to talk about the America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, the owner, just hired his new coach, offensive coordinator, who didn't coach all season, Brian Schottenheimer. Listen, I ain't gonna stick and stay on this too long. I just gotta say this. My dude, Michael Irvin, he said, it's like bringing in a substitute teacher. When I heard him said that, I fell out. Listen, you Cowboy fans, I don't want to hear nothing this offseason. Once the Super Bowl is over, I don't want to hear nothing all spring, all summer about y'all gonna do the damn thing next season. I don't want to hear nothing. Period. Let's get into today's topic. You already know what it is. Super Bowl 59. What else to talk about? Listen, the stage is set. It's set. There's nothing to talk about who we think is going into the Super Bowl. We already know. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. 2023 rematch. Listen, it's going down. It's going down and it's going to be unforgettable. I already know what it is. Listen, this is going in the record books as probably being one of the best Super Bowls of all times. We know that already. We feel that already. Come on, we got 2 weeks to like just get into it because it's going to be on fire, no doubt. Listen, I wouldn't bet real money on this game because this is going to be a tough one. To really put some real money on this, it's going to be real tough. I'm just saying it's going to be real tough. So, before we even get into the show, I got several responses from my last week's show. Here are my YouTube and TikTok followers' picks on who they thought was going into Super Bowl 59. I got a Jay Mills. Jay Mills said, I got the Eagles and the Bills in the Super Bowl. Well, Jay Mills was halfway right. Mike H., he said, Washington and Buffalo. He was completely wrong. Tuck said, Washington and Kansas City. He was halfway wrong. Darryl M., he said the Eagles and the Chiefs. He was totally correct. Todd W. said Buffalo and Washington. He was completely wrong. Brian T. said Washington and Kansas City. Yeah, he was halfway wrong. Right? J. 0803 said, great show as always. I'm going with Philly versus the Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Mahomes is the new Brady. It's his championship to lose. Hey, Jay was 100% correct. D.O. King 5280. He said Commanders versus the Bills. He was completely wrong. S. Blakely said Washington versus Buffalo. She was completely wrong. Mike C. said Chiefs versus Eagles. He was correct. Sheldon said Commanders versus the Bills. He was completely wrong. James M. said Commanders versus the Chiefs. He was halfway wrong. Kevin Durant said Washington versus Buffalo. He was completely wrong. Luther Nick said it will be the Eagles and the Chiefs. Saquon will win the game for us. He was correct. T. Black said, I'm a Raider fan, so I hate to say it's going to be the Chiefs versus the Eagles. He was correct. Jay Nettleman said Eagles versus the Bills. He was halfway wrong. And Cornell W. said Washington versus the Chiefs. He was halfway wrong. Listen, I want to thank all of y'all for submitting your responses in my YouTube comment section. I appreciate y'all so much. So let's get back to the show. To help me dissect Super Bowl 59, I have 4 former guests for you cats. Listen, we gonna get it in. we gonna get it in. So I want to introduce my guests to y'all. I have Cosby once again from Roselle, New Jersey. I got the General, we call him the General, Jimbo from Harlem, New York. Big Mel from Queens, New York. And yes, we got Big Zeke from all the way out there in Long Island, Deer Park. How's everyone doing, fellas? Talk to me.
Excellent, Tommy.
Yes. Talk to me. Come on. This is the Super. Listen, this is the. You already know what this is. It's the Super Bowl. give me some energy. You know what I'm saying? This ain't regular season. This is Super Bowl 59.
That's right. All the cash on the table.
And we are blessed to be living to hopefully see it in 2 weeks. So let's get it on. So I want to appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all as always for hanging out with me virtually in my basement. Listen, you guys already know I got 5 questions for y'all along with a bonus. So we're going to get it in. Let's get it in. Cosby, I'm starting with you, my man. First question. Well, we have a rematch from the 2023 Super Bowl where the Chiefs just barely beat the Eagles 38-35. If you remember, the Eagles started strong and held a 10-point lead at halftime. But that disappeared in the second half when injured Mahomes returned to the game. So question, Cosby, if the Eagles are up by 10 points going into the halftime in this rematch, what needs to be done by the Eagles to hold the lead? Please explain.
Wow. I think it's a different team. This year's team was different from the team 2 years ago when they were there. I think Saquon is the difference maker. And just play the game. Continue to play the game. You know what they're going to try to take away from you. Have that counter to that takeaway. And don't watch the clock. Play it out until there's no time left. They're more mature now, so I think that they can handle it. I won't be surprised if they win.
Oh, we talking Eagles? Okay.
Won't be surprised if they win.
All right. Well, we got an Eagle fan who just heard that. He had to laugh for a second. Yeah. Yeah.
I had called it from the very beginning before the NFL even started the season that the Chiefs were going 3-peat. But I guess I'm kind of partial towards Barkley. So that's I'm kind of split. So that's what's going on.
Okay. Well, thank you for your response. Jimbo, same question. Same question. If the Eagles are up, if your Eagles are up by 10 points going into the halftime in this rematch, what needs to be done by your Eagles to hold the lead?
My Eagles need to sustain a lead, and I'm going to give them more than 10. I don't know why you cutting us with 10 points. I'm going to go to at least 15 or at least 3 touchdowns. The difference is Saquon Barkley. The other difference is we got weapons in every position. And you know that as a Giant fan. You watch football. You know that. And the other thing, I'm going to get ahead of this. I know it's your show. Those referees. We can't depend on these referees with close calls. We got to beat them. To be the best, you got to beat the best.
Well, you said it. And I'm glad you said what you said at the end because I know all Eagle fans and all NFL fans who've been watching these last 2-3 years with these Chiefs and the refs. And it happened again. Bills got robbed. 4th and inches. That was that was the first down. But we ain't getting into that. But you're correct. You better hope the referees didn't get paid lovely. You know what I'm saying? You better hope they didn't get paid lovely. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Same question, Big Mel. Talk to me.
Yeah, the difference is, I think, with this Eagles team, you got that guy the Giants gave up, Saquon Barkley. He's huge. I think the thing about what they need to do, you got to stick to the game plan. You can't go off script. A lot of teams, when they play the Chiefs, they get so nervous with Mahomes, they go off script of their game plan. Stick to the game plan. Run the football. Don't worry about the clock. Do what you do best. And you guys, then they'll be fine. Point blank and simple. They'll be fine. They got the defense. They got a total package this year. So if they're going to take out the Chiefs, this would be the time now because they got the total package, offensively, defensively, and the running game. 3 phases.
Yeah, thank you for your response, Big Mel. Big Zeke, same question. You know the question. Talk to me.
Yeah, I know the question. I would have to say if they could have a 10-point lead, or what my man said, the Eagle fan 15-20, I think they'll be able to sustain it because they have a good running game. That offensive line is blocking for Saquon. He's doing what he does. Then you got Hurt. He's not hurt. They talk about he was hurt, but he's not hurt. He can run the ball as well. So as long as they keep doing what they're doing, they'll be fine because Buffalo was running all over Kansas City last week as well. So and this Phillies team is a much better running team. So I think they will be able to sustain it if that came down to them having a lead.
Well, thank all of y'all for question number 1. And before I even get into question number 2, briefly, the reason why I asked this question because second half, Andy Reid, he's a master. He's your Phil Jackson. He's your Pat Riley. He's a Belichick. His mind, the way he coaches. I mean, no disrespect to the Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, but Nick is not on his level coaching-wise. And so, what you guys said to sustain, listen, you are not just plain Eagle fan. I'm talking to you, right? If you're up going into the first half, if you're up, you're going against Andy Reid and that brain come 3rd and 4th quarter. So No, I understand what you're saying, Cosby. It's a different team. It's more skillful. They loaded. Eagles is loaded. That's not even a question. The question is, can they handle Andy Reid's adjustment in the second half if Andy Reid is down? Because he's coming with the full package. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's the reason why I asked the question. Question number 2, Cosby. In the championship round, the Eagles defense allowed a total of 458 yards. Now, we know along with 23 points given up. We know most of that was garbage because the game was out of control. So they played soft defense after a while. But it was 458 yards total that Eagles defense gave up, right? While the Chiefs defense, since they was in a dogfight, they gave up 374 yards and 29 points. So the question, Cosby, which team overall has the better defense? Talk to me.
Two different games, man. Eagles, Washington, Chiefs, Bills. Chiefs and Bills know each other like there's no tomorrow. They know what to do, how to counter it, back and forth. That's the reason why that game was so tight. As far as the Eagles and Washington was concerned, that was more or less, both teams didn't really know what to expect from each other, but I think the maturity level of the Eagles prevailed. So I say that to say this. I think the Eagles is slightly better simply because they're hungry. They want this championship. They realize that knocking off Kansas City, which won't be easy, and I still think Kansas City will squeak it out, but the Eagles realize that they can create their own history by knocking off the dynasty and winning the Super Bowl. So I'm going to give the slight edge to the Eagles simply because of that hunger factor.
Okay, well, you broke it down. Thank you so much for question number 2. Same question, Jimbo. Talk to me. Who got the better defense?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, Tom.
Overall, which team got the best defense?
Eagles.
Okay.
The reason I say that, we play as a unit. We play to our strengths. You have outside rushers. You have someone in the middle. You have someone on the edge. We're all over the field. And our defense is a lot better than it was 2 years ago. We're not missing tackles like we used to miss tackles. Okay? We're solid back there in that secondary, and you know it. The secondary is everything. Patrick Mahomes likes to throw over the middle. Those slants, we are right on it. They don't miss tackles. We make very few mistakes. And you know this game is going to be won by penalties and mistakes. Mental is going to be the key of this. You always say it, Tommy Ommy.
Yeah.
Who's going to make the most mental mistakes? Andy Reid doesn't play. He just coach. We have a great coordinator on our side, Tommy, by the name of Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator. You see how he turned that whole offense around?
Yeah.
So I don't want to get ahead of your questions. Eagles have the better defense. They haven't seen a defense like this, Tom.
Okay, so the Chiefs hasn't seen no defense like this. Okay, what we going to see? All right, thank you for your response, Eagle fan. Big Mel, same question. Talk to me. Who got the better overall defense?
This one is interesting. I'm going to say I'm going to break it down in two. I think far as personnel, or far as like on the field, I'm going to say the Eagles. I think they're a little better against the run than the Chiefs are. But if we're going with coaching, Spag, man, oh my goodness, man, he's like a wizard. He's a wizard. He's a wizard. He got a defense that's an average defense, make them look good at moments. You've seen him in Buffalo against Buffalo moments, how they just look great at moments. And that's what you got the combination of that Andy Reid and that Spagnuolo factor is really something. But if you want to go a slight edge, maybe I would say talent-wise, I'll give it to the Eagles because they are better against the run, definitely. And it's in the Chiefs. That's one thing they're a little bit struggling with. Seem like this year is against the run, definitely.
Okay, all right. Thank you for breaking that down. Same question, Big Zeke. Same question. Overall, who got the better defense? Yes.
I would have to say Philly. Philly has a better defense. Like you guys was all saying, is a slight. I think their defense is a slight better than Kansas City. And they showed it last week when they went against Washington. They forced them for a lot of turnovers because if they didn't have those turnovers, I think Washington would have been in the game. They was always in the game, but at bad moments they had the interception. I don't think they had the interception. The fumbles.
Yeah.
So you have those 2 fumbles there. That kind of hurt them, and that kind of threw the game out of whack. Once that happened, that offense just ran all over them and just took the air out of Washington. But to answer the question, I would have to say Philly has a better defense this year.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all. So the reason, Mel, you hit it on the nail. That's the reason why I asked the question, because Spagnola, you already know what's coming. Eagle fan, you already know what's coming second half. Okay. Hurts going to be doing a lot of running second half. That's for sure.
He's a runner.
And he's
so
a runner. He's a runner. But
Patrick Mahomes is a runner too.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of, he's the best Spagnola with them blitzes. And like Josh Allen, when he got blitzed that last play, he knew it was coming. He just didn't realize which way it was coming. And so he had to throw a Hail Mary. I mean, it's coming like that in the Super Bowl. I'm just letting you know, Eagle fan, right? I'm just throwing it out there. One thing about me, I would shit on a head coach or a coordinator in the second. But if they are coaching their ass off, oh yeah, I'm gonna give them props. So Big Mel,
you sound a little bit like that coach from the Commanders. With that threatening type of, words he was using about what they're gonna do to Jalen if he run. You sound similar.
Similar? No, I'm neutral. Giant fans, we neutral. We got nothing to say. Anyway, thank y'all for question number 2. Cosby, question number 3. Offense in the regular season is totally different in the playoffs. That's every year. Between Coach Andy Reid and Coach Nick Sirianni, several new offensive plays will be installed for Super Bowl 59. That's for sure. Okay? And that's every coach in every Super Bowl. You're going to see new offensive plays. So my question to you is this. Who has the better overall personnel to run these new plays effectively? Please explain, Cosby.
Well, I don't think they're going to. Maybe they'll have a couple of new plays, but I don't think they're going to change their entire game plans. I don't think either team is going to do that. But you got to go with Kansas City with that simply because they're 2-time world champions, Super Bowl champions. So if the personnel, if you're relying on personnel to make game changes and pressure situations with everything on the line, it has to be Kansas City.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll tell you in a few why I asked that question. Jimbo, same question. Who has the better overall personnel to run these new plays effectively? Because before you answered the question, Jimbo, right, you correct, Mike Cosby. Yeah, it's going to be, they ain't going to change their whole offensive scheme, right? But best to believe, right, they cannot come out, both teams can't come out because, remember, we had a 17-week season, right? You cannot run the same plays that were successful because it's already been dissected by each coach. Remember, each coach got 2 weeks to dissect. This is what they like to do here. This is what they like to do there. So Andy Reid, Nick, and his crew, they got to come out with some new plays. I'm not saying scratch everything else, what got them there, but they got to come out with something that both teams ain't see. Jimbo, ask the question.
Well, we're going to have to wait to see that, Tom, when game day comes, first of all. And let me ask you a quick question. Where did Andy Reid come from before he went to the Chiefs? Where was he coaching at?
He came from your crew.
Okay, so they have some of that mentality there.
Right,
we know about Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and at the end of the day, Tom, I mean, you guys, I'm going to say you guys because you sound like a Kansas City fan now. You are,
I'm neutral.
But, okay. But, Tom, they may have the edge in that area with that play calling because they trickery. They have a lot of trickery, and they smart.
Okay.
We have heart, and we have determination, and we're not afraid, and we believe that we can achieve. And let me tell you, sometimes it's all good until you get punched in the face.
It's true.
Where's your line at now? You got them Georgia Bulldogs on that front line too. You think Patrick Mahomes just going to sit in the pocket? He's not going to be running.
Oh yeah.
You can watch film all day long, but once you get on that field, it's a different ball game. So you guys do have the edge play calling with the coordinators, but I think overall we're going to prevail and we're going to beat them.
Okay. All right, Eagle fan. Thank you so much. Same question, Big Mel. Who has the better overall personnel to run these new plays effectively?
See, I mean, personally, I won't even say personally. I just say coaching-wise, you got to give it to the Chiefs. I mean, they work with less. You know what I'm saying? They got like a all-star roster. If you're looking at Mahomes and you're looking at Kelsey, after that, you pretty much a lot of these guys they've been beginning. They're like third rounders, fourth rounders, fifth rounders.
You got Pacheco. Hold up. You got Pacheco. You got Juju Smith. Come on. All right. They got. Yeah.
But they got him out. He came out of nowhere, though. That's what I'm saying. They got guys come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That can produce. That's coaching. So I could see Andy Reid putting it together, definitely throwing some plays in there that you've probably never seen before. Mahomes, he's a magician back there, so he can make it happen, making everybody else easier, on the offensive side of the ball. So definitely, I give the Chiefs an edge on that one for sure.
Okay, so everybody, even the Eagle fans, going with the Chiefs. Zeke, Big Zeke, same question.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to go, I guess, is a clean slate over here because I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. The Eagles, sorry, not the Eagles, the Chiefs. The Chiefs, sorry about that.
I got you.
The Chiefs, yeah, because I was just thinking about, if you look at the last game the Chiefs played, right, on offense, that was probably a new play that they threw in there to seal a deal against Buffalo. You had the running back who didn't play all game, and he gets the pass for the first down to put the game away. Then you go to the last play when on defense on that fourth down play on Allen. Allen didn't know where it was coming from, but it was executed beautifully. So I'm sure that was a new play as well. So I have to go with the Chiefs. They, like I said, the trickery, they got the trickery that's going on, but they know how to run these new plays effectively.
So now you guys understand why I asked that question. Yes, okay, because it's going to happen. We're going to see something. Listen, if you're a diehard football fan and you've been watching both teams all season, you're going to see some new stuff. That's all I got to say. Okay, and you're going to be like, oh, I ain't seen that one before. Oh, it worked. That's how it's going down. Question number 4. Cosby, thank y'all for question number 3, fellas. To make it to the Super Bowl is a tall task. An NFL team has 53 players on its active roster with numerous coaches. A joint team effort. Normally, teams that make it to the Super Bowl had a few playoff experience within a 2 or 3 year span. So my question, Cosby, the Chiefs core has 20 playoff experience, while the Eagles core has 8 playoff experience. Does this big difference matter in this rematch? Talk to me, Cosby.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no. I think only because of Saquon. I think, dude, I don't know how they're going to stop him, man. And I think that's the problem. That's the offset. That's Saquon and the other running back that comes in from time to time. Shipley, I think his name is.
Who's Gameville? Gameville, right?
Gameville,
right.
And then they had even that third string one. What's his name? I forgot his name. I think it's Shipley. I forget his name. But in any event, I think that running game is something, man. And the funny thing is that Hurts, they were able to focus in on Hurts and take away his run. They knew he was going to run. But then he didn't really have that number 2 powerhouse running back to pass the ball off to for a little confusion. Now they have it with Barkley. Barkley is that number one option. Hurts is number two. And then again, they've been there before. I think they have that bad taste in their mouth. So I don't think it's going to really make a big difference. But if I had to give the edge to somebody, of course, you got to give it to the Chiefs. Again, they're the two-time Super Bowl champions. They're going for that three-peat. But I think playing against the Bills took some energy out of them. So that's the reason why I think it's not going to matter for that reason, them playing against the Bills plus playing against Saquon. I think it's even.
Okay. Well, thank you for breaking that down, Cosby. Same question, Jimbo, same question. Remember, Kansas City got all the playoff experience. Wow. Your Eagles got 8 playoff experience as far as the core. You know what I'm saying? Does it matter? Does the big difference matter in this rematch? Talk to me.
Like I said earlier, I don't think it really matters, Tom, because it's going to come down to a mental game. Who makes the most mistakes or the least amount of mistakes? If you can force players to play a little different than what they're used to playing, adjustments, right or wrong.
Right.
These are adjustments. So I think that we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Because you know why? We have a magician as well. His name is Saquon Barkley. Saquon. Do you see how he jumped backwards? He's in these video games now. Do you see the spins? You can't knock him down. So that's our edge, Tom.
Okay.
And then we can throw the ball. Jalen can throw.
Yes, he can.
You got AJ. You got Smith over there. You have receivers. It's an overall game. It doesn't have to be one person.
Got you, Eagle fan. Thank you for your response. Same question, Big Mel. Same question.
Well, you know what? It depends on down the stretch when it comes to experience. That's how the Chiefs be winning games. They don't win. What we talking? We talking about 11 games in a row. They one-score games.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't nothing but experience. You know what I mean? In big moments, not making mistakes, not making turnovers. They get help sometimes by being a story though with the refs sometimes, but you know it is what it is though. But at the same time, that's where it comes at. That's why I would say a little bit of pushback. I would say with the experience in moments. Now listen, it can go either way. You know, it depends on how the Eagles come out flat. You know, and they can give them the business. We know that too. This is football. But if we talking that question that you're giving, as far as the experience in moments and clutch moments, you're gonna want to have that type of experience when it matters most. So definitely, I would say the Chiefs for sure. Definitely, that's a benefit.
Thank you, Denver fan. Thank you, Denver fan. Same question, Giant fan. Big Zeke, talk to me.
I would have to. I don't think it matters. I know the Chiefs guys more playoff experience, like the players, but the number of players, I don't really think it matters. I think Philly, they have a really good team, and they'll be ready to play. So, in this case, I don't think it matters.
Okay. I asked this question for one reason, because you got a Philly team that just got their star running back this year. Just got him. He's been thirsty all these years with the Giants. He's been real thirsty, right? But Saquon, all this playoffs that he's been experiencing these last 2 weeks, it's new to him, right? It's new to him. If you look on the other side with Pacheco, the running back, he's back. He's running angry once again, okay? Right? Oh, boy, he's back. He's running angry, right? Chris Jones had calf injury 2 weeks ago. Chris is back. Watching him in that Buffalo game, the run stopper, he's back. He's ready to go. So the reason why I asked this question is because that experience, like you said, Big Mel, It really matters if the referees don't have nothing to do with this game and they call a clean game and nobody complaining, no phantom fouls, flags getting dropped on behalf of Kansas City. If we don't get none of that, right, that experience, man, coming down that last 3-4 minutes, especially if the game is tied or it's a 3-point, no matter who. I'm just saying, I got to go with Kansas City because of that experience. That's all I'm saying. Thank y'all for question number 4. Let's get into the number 1 question. Question number 5, Cosby. Plain and simple. Who will be the Super Bowl 59 champions? The Eagles or the Chiefs? Please explain.
I'm going to stick with my original. I'm split with this. I tell only because of my love for Barkley, man. I tell you, and what the Eagles been doing. Boy, I'll say it this way: if the Eagles come out fast, I think they have a great chance of winning. But if the Chiefs come out fast, then the Chiefs all the way.
Okay, so you got to give me one. Talk to me. Yeah. See. I lined up these questions for a reason to get, all right, to help everyone who on here to say, hey, I'm going with so-and-so. It's because. All right, so we got Kansas City for Cosby. Jimbo, I don't even know if I even asked you this question because I already know where you're going. But I asked, please explain anyway.
I think we will be the champions in Super Bowl 59. I think we're going to put some pressure on those Chiefs that they haven't felt before. We're going to make them make mistakes. We have Saquon Barkley in the backfield. We got those great receivers on the outside. We have an offensive line that moves people for angles for Saquon. See, you say experience. Saquon has never been there. Saquon is a professional athlete. He's been playing football all his life. All you do is give it to him and he'll take it. Patrick Mahomes is great. Whatever he's saying in them audibles. But Jalen Hurts is no joke, Tom. He can throw the ball too. Yes, if they make us play one-on-one with those receivers, no zone, I think we got just as good a chance of winning as they do, or better. And then when you run the ball, you know the throwing game opens it up. Yep. Even Saquon, if he runs it, they're going to tighten up, and then you got those receivers out there. So I think at the end of the day, we're going to prevail. We're going to win. It may be close. I hope it's not, because I hope we don't have to depend on the referees with those little yellow, dirty laundry flags, but they will throw them on us. And you know this. But at the end, we're going to celebrate, Tom.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the breakdown, Eagle fan. Same question, Big Mel. Who's going to be the Super Bowl 59 champions? Eagles or the Chiefs?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this. I think it's going to come down to two things. I think it's going to come down to the running game and the defense. Eagles had the best defense all season, so I think that's going to be key in my pick. I think it'll be a close one. I think the Eagles going to prevail. I think with Saquon the hunger, you know, the way he could have broke the record early in the season for the rushing title, this has been the goal. So I think that's going to be the combination of the running game and that defense. I think they're going to be getting at Mahomes. I think that defense is going to be something probably special. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. So we got one Kansas City, 2 Eagles. Big Zeke, talk to me. Who's the Super Bowl champs?
but Super Bowl 59 champs is going to be the Chiefs. I got to say Kansas City Chiefs because the heart of a champion. You got to think about what they did all year. These one-score games, they just got to keep it close, and then they'll prevail. That's not happening. A lot of teams can't do that. When they get close, they're losing that game. But the Chiefs, what they won about 12, 13 straight one-score game. So you got to go with those guys. Now, if it's not close, if, like I said, Philly gets to a good start, then it may be a trouble because remember Barkley, what he had over maybe like 5, 6, 60-yard runs for touchdowns this year.
Yeah,
he's been killing them. So if they can't stop him and he's running all like that, then it's gonna be a long day for the Chiefs. But I think, like I said, with Spags and Andy Reid, they'll be prepared and they're gonna be able to stop it. So it's gonna be a close game. So I got the Chiefs winning, and I think it's gonna be 24-21. I'm gonna give you a
24-21.
24-21 Chiefs.
Wow. Okay, we got a score. So we split. All four of y'all split. 2 KCs, 2 Eagles. So I got to be the icebreaker. I got to tell y'all who I believe is going to win it. And I ain't going to stutter. It's going to be the Eagles. And this is why. They got the best O-line. The O-line is healthy. They got the best O-line. And they got sensational Saquon Barkley, who is healthy as an ox with his backup Gainville. That running game and that offensive line, along with Hurts doing a little running, going to keep Mahomes and that offense on the sideline. Just keep milking that clock. Don't even go for the big 40-yarders. Just keep diming their ass. Diming them all the way down. Milk that clock. By the time Mahomes and them come on each quarter, they only got 6 minutes left in the damn quarter. And then the defense is so what I want to say. The defense for the Eagles, by that time, they be so rested, right? They be so hungry to go out there and get Mahomes' ass. So I got the Eagles because of that O-line and Saquon Barkley with Gainville along with Hurts with the running. But Hurts got to run. He going to run anyway because he ain't going to have no choice. Spagnola's coming for his ass. You know what I'm saying? But you nickel, you dime him, 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 and you keep Patrick on that sideline. The minute you start going 3 and out and this man gets more opportunities, oh, we got an issue. The wings, fly, eagle, fly, the wings are going to start cracking. So you keep his ass on the sideline. I got the Eagles to pull it out. Can't give you what Big Zeke just said, 24-21, but I got the Eagles to pull it out because of that O-line and that running game. And I've been watching that running game, and yes, they're going to have but Chris Jones and them with the running game because I'm watching the Buffalo game second half. Had Buffalo started with the running game heavy with James Cook because they had much success second half running that, and they had Patrick on the sideline. That's why they were up 22-21 with 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Then they went away from the running game. Now, Spagnuolo said, oh, you ain't running this shit no more? Blitz them. There you go. Game over. So I got the Eagles to win it because of those reasons. I want to thank y'all for all 5 responses to my questions. I appreciate y'all so much. Now I want to get into the bonus, y'all. You got 2 minutes. Everybody got 2 minutes to talk about their favorite team, player, whatever's on your chest. You got 2 minutes. Cosby, we starting with you. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't need 2 minutes. I tell you, with the Giants, hopefully they get rid of Shane. I hope they get rid of him. Hopefully they can win, 3 games next season, I hope.
Wow, 3 games. That's all we did this year. What are you talking about?
Oh, man, I hope they can win 3 games. with the Knicks, hopefully they get out of the second round. I don't see them getting out of the second round. I think I just don't see it. And the Yankees, hopefully we can get out of the wild card. I think that the Yankees have problems internally. Hopefully they can work them out, and hopefully they get out the wild card and make it happen. So,
all right. Well, you didn't bounce to 3 sports. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for getting that off your chest. Same question, Jimbo. You got anything? You got anything? I know you. Listen, I know you in La La Land. Your Eagles in the Super Bowl. Maybe you got something else you want to get off your chest.
Well, we know what the Eagles going to do already. We had a whole show on that right now recently, right? So let's go to the Boston Celtics a little bit because he went to the Knicks.
Right.
Boston will be the best team coming out the East. Boston is just cruising right now. Right after the All-Star break, they're going to turn up. You know why? We got a deep bench. A deep bench. Back to the Eagles, we play both sides of the ball. Graham just got reactivated. He's the veteran on that team. He's the captain. He's the anchor. He has experience. Yeah. He's been there. He got a young, hungry O-line, a young, hungry D-line. Wide receivers, we on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a war out there. The Chiefs better come to play. If not, we might do 55 miles an hour. We just did it on the Commanders. I mean, the Demanders. What my man Gilly say? What do you call those guys? Womanders, whatever. The Giants, the Midgets. You know, they better come to play because we can throw up some numbers too. Saquon scored first run.
Yeah.
Nobody touched him. Yeah. Twisting and turning like a ballerina.
Listen, one thing about your favorite team, if they make it to the big dance, you on a super high. So, Eagle fan, I got nothing to say. You know.
To Philly, we going to Philly for the opening game. You and I.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Right, Big Mel, you got 2 minutes. What's on your brain?
I think I'm gonna go all over the place. I think I'm gonna start with our Lakers, where I'm gonna start with them, which is looking interesting. You know, looking real interesting. His last couple of games here, looking interesting. You know, Davis looking like he's holding us down. That's looking pretty decent. And we got a big win against a team. I think Boston it was. Yeah, that was a big win right there.
Yeah, that's right. Boston last week. That's right. Yeah.
Going to Boston. That was big right there.
Yeah.
You know, so I gotta say that. Defending champs. Yeah. You know, and we 5th right now in the West, so we right there. So we'll see what we can tweak out. We right there, 5th right now. You know, so playing better basketball. Wasn't playing too well. Kind of slipped off a little bit after the early start. You know, so we'll see where it goes from here. You know, see if we can make a little more adjustments on that note. You know. And you know, and I'm hoping. Now I'm going to baseball now. I'm just hoping the Mets. That's my squad. Hope we sign Pete Alonso. I know Yankee fan. I know y'all mad with us. We took homeboy from y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, we snapped something mil. You know,
how much time did you spend in talking about the Nikola Jokic?
And I'll pretty much be that.
Yet somehow, even if you get 2 minutes quarter, there's still 10 minutes
playoff run. You know, so hopefully we can continue that next year. You know, add some pieces, maybe on the offensive side of the ball, a couple of receivers. You know, maybe an extra running back, and we should be okay. You know, Bo Nix should be all right. You know, he's gonna go and get better. You know what I mean? And I tell you, that's me. That's it for me.
Well, yeah. Well, Bo Nix, yeah, I'm liking that young man. He gonna be special. Yeah, I didn't know that young man could run so fast. My God, Big Zeke, you got 2 minutes. Talk to me.
I'm not gonna talk about the Giants. We still rebuilding. We got to get rid of like my man said. We got to get rid of some of those people in the office because they're terrible. Especially what Saquon is doing. The owner should fire all those guys because we all saw it live on Hard Knocks what they were saying about Saquon and look what he's doing to him. I guess the owner's not sleeping because he said he can't sleep. If Saquon went to the Phillies, went to the Eagles. Right. He went to the Eagles, and look what he's doing with the Eagles. I wanted him to play that last game of the season so he could break the record on us. I wanted him. I was upset when they sat him down, but that's here or say. So I'm not going to talk about them. Not going to talk about the Yankees. We'll see. I'm representing the Knicks right now. My Knicks.
All right.
Like I said, hopefully we can get past the second round. I don't think so, but it's exciting to see my Knicks. I'm enjoying watching them play again, and excited that we got two starting All-Star players. First time this happened in 50 years that we got two. Towns, he's definitely surprised me. I knew he's a good player, but what he's doing, he stepped his game up. He's playing really well with the shooting the three, playing defense and rebounding. I'm happy to see what he's doing. So, it's a good thing for the Knicks. So I'm happy to see our Knicks playing well.
Well, thank all four of y'all for getting what you need to get off your chest. I just got a question before I say what I want to say real brief. Why Knicks fans thinking you're not coming out of the second round? Who's stopping y'all? Talk to me. Who? Oh, Thibodeau. Thibodeau?
In my opinion, because he's running 5-6 into the ground already. Ain't even get to the All-Star game yet. And that's the problem with him, man. It comes first round they play against whoever they playing against is a valid series, and then the second round it becomes Thibodeau versus the Knicks. In my opinion, Eastern Conference Finals, it was Thibodeau versus the Knicks. He ran them into the ground.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I have. I mean, I love the Knicks, bleed blue. Love that they're very competitive. Cat surprised me too, just like he surprised everybody else that said it. But I think Thibodeau just runs people into the ground, man. He has no confidence in that 7th through 10 player, and that's a problem. So that's just me.
Okay.
And well, I agree with that. Sorry, Tom. I agree with that as well. But I'm thinking once we get to the second round, we're not as good as Boston.
Yeah.
Those guys, or Cleveland, how the way they're playing. So we'll run to one of those teams in the second round. So I don't think we're good enough right now to beat those teams. We got a lot of work to do. But but I just I'm just enjoying watching them in the regular season, beating the teams that we should beat. Mm-hmm. And back to your point, what you said, Cosby, about the last 2 games ago, the Knicks was up by like 20, 30, I think. Still had the starters in. Why are you still running the starters? We're up 30 points. Come on, man. Rest these guys.
Yeah, they'll be burned out. Well, thank all four of y'all for getting what you needed to get off your chest. I just got something real quick to say. For all my Laker fans, February 6th is next Thursday. I want 2 things. I want Zach LaVine, and I want either Jonas Valanciunas, big man from Washington Wizards, or give me big man Vucevic from the Bulls. I want those 2. I believe we can get those 2. I believe we can get those 2. Who we got to give up? Give up what you got to give up, but get them. That's just my hang up with my Lakers right now. We need help. And if you didn't know, Big Mel, AD got hurt yesterday. And that's the reason why we got blown out the way we got blown out. Okay. All right. But he's hurt. And so he goes down. We got nothing coming off the bench. No disrespect to my man Slim Hayes, but we need beef. And we got to get beef in that middle, and we need it bad, and we need another 25 to 30 a night guy, and that's Zach LaVine. That's who I want. That's all I have to say. So I want to thank all my guests. I appreciate y'all so much. Cosby from Roselle, New Jersey. Jimbo from Harlem, New York. Big Mel from Queens, New York. And Big Zeke from Deer Park, Long Island. For hanging out with me virtually in my basement. I appreciate y'all so much. To my viewers and to my listeners, please submit your Super Bowl picks in the comments section so I can read several on my next show. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me in my basement once again. To my viewers and to my listeners, please continue to check me out on YouTube and subscribe. Check me out on my streaming platforms, Apple and Spotify. Also, I'm on TikTok Live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hitting y'all with these smoking, entertaining hot topics. Yeah, we go for a whole hour every Tuesday and Thursday. Plus, please remember to check out the Even Flow Coffee Company, created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. And for more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in a pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.